Boy, if y'all could see me in here getting my jam on. Good morning. Hi, Sonia. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Freedom Friday. You know what time it is. We're about to get into it. So you know how we do. Go ahead and jump over in the comments there. Say good morning, because it's Friday, y'all, and we made it. Whew, what a week. Oh, it's just me? Okay. I know it was different for y'all because, y'all was doing all kinds of fun stuff and, life was great. But this has been a week. Okay. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Hey, Anna. Y'all say hello to my girl, Anna. She is tuning in all the way from Germany, from Ludwigsburg, Germany. And she is a sweetheart. Good morning, Jackie. She's also on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Good morning, Sugar. Y'all pray for my friend, Emania Jackson, y'all. Emania's going through it. Okay. God saw fit to call her husband home, and what a sweet man. And we are praying for you and just lifting you up before God. Good morning, Dr. V. Good morning, Sharika Kennedy. Y'all, let's get into it. Okay. Everybody just jump in, say hello, talk to me this morning. Somebody help me out. So it's February. And you know what everybody thinks about when February rolls around? Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's Day. So the topic of today, little broadcast was what's really on your heart, right? I'm doing good, and I hope that you're doing well. What's on your heart? So we're going to talk about some heart stuff today. Valentine's Day is full of chocolates and roses and jewelry and all of those great things, right? And I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. I know I did. My husband and I took a trip. I got to go see a lot of my family that I have not seen. And just, the whole thing just fantastic because it's Valentine's Day, right? But I want to talk to you about something. Good morning, Mama Cheryl. I want to talk to you about something. So here's the thing. I don't know whose decision it was. I'm guessing it was somebody at the American Heart Association, but it just so happens that American Heart Month is also the month of Valentine's Day. Strategic, I'm sure, right? Did you know that over 600,000 people in the U.S. die of heart disease every single year? It's something like one person in every 36 seconds, y'all. Keep that in mind, and then we're going to jump back over to this Valentine's Day business. Hey, Shane, do me a favor and tell me what is your favorite, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Tell me, we're going to play this or that. Tell me chocolate or flowers. Just drop it in the chat. Chocolate or flowers. Don't tell me all your favorite stuff because it's a family show. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So let's get into this heart disease business. Did you know over 500,000 people a year, right? Sonia said flowers. Flowers are so beautiful. Flowers are gorgeous. Now, I couldn't pass up an opportunity to talk about heart disease, but all right, flowers seems to be a big deal. I couldn't take up or miss an opportunity to talk about emotional heart disease. Can we get into it? Can we talk just a teeny tiny bit? Y'all know we don't have a lot of time. We're going to try to get out of here in 30 minutes, but listen, emotional heart disease. I know that We do a lot of smiling. Life is great, but we go through so much from day to day that it could really cause us some emotional issues, some damage. It could slow us down. It could just really put a halt on things for us. And I want to talk to you not about just the problem, because we like to be solution oriented over here. So let's talk about heart disease, emotional heart disease, and then we're gonna get in some tips. We're gonna drop I think I have 4 or 5 tips that we're going to talk about. But when we talk about heart disease, what happens with heart disease is, on the physical side, it affects the flow of the blood, right? So the flow of the blood to your heart, when something in your body is not right, like your arteries are clogged or these types of things, it affects the flow, and it's a form of heart disease. So I wrote myself a note right here that said, no flow, no go. Yeah, when we've got things that are clogging us up, then our heart cannot be as healthy as it needs to be, and it causes us to be halted. No flow, no go. Listen, we've got to deal with what's happening in our hearts. And I'm saying we, because listen, I found out some stuff about me in about the last about 8 days. I found out that there were some things that was blocking the flow to my heart. Yeah, and it's not okay. People and what they do, that's on them. But I have to be responsible for taking care of my heart. It's not your job. I know we say that it's people's jobs to take care of our hearts, but it really is ultimately my job. So I have to deal with some things that are causing a blockage, some things that are halting me, some things that are holding me back, because I am dealing with some emotional heart disease. I feel better just to get it out there. And it is so. Hey, Yibby. And it is so. Good morning, Tamara. It is so. So, y'all, let's talk about it. When there's no adequate blood flow to the heart, it leads to things like arrhythmia. And arrhythmia is when your heart just flutters. It's always offbeat. It's just doing its own thing. You're having all these palpitations, right? And physically, that's a very scary thing. But emotionally, when your emotions are fluttering, evangelist, good morning. When your emotions are everywhere, it also leads to heart disease, leads to a heart failure. Your heart just can't. Have you ever just said, I can't take it? My heart can't take this. Bridget, I saw your post the other day. I don't even know what all happened, but listen, I understood the pain and the panic in what you were saying. You ever get to the place, and y'all, we just being transparent this morning, where you just feel like my heart can't take it. I can't go another further. I know can do. Hey, Tamara, I just can't do it. If you ever been in that place because of your emotions, your heart fails. You can't love like you want to love. Hey, D, you can't do the things that your heart desires to do. Your trust is not there. Your hope is not there. You are dealing with an emotional heart failure because there is something that is blocking, that is making your heart unhealthy. And we got to get into it. Listen, when you have heart failure, it leads to heart attacks. And let's just deal with the heart attack for a second. The heart attack comes with some pain. It comes with discomfort because all that buildup has caused your heart to have this problem. And now you are dealing with pain and discomfort, fatigue, shortness of breath, all of that. But what about the flip side? Not just the heart disease that causes the heart attack, but when your heart has been attacked. When your heart has been attacked by people that you thought would never do that to you, people that you thought had your best interest at their heart, people who you thought loved you, and now your heart is under attack. What do you do? How can you begin to work your way back to heart health? Right? Okay, listen. I ain't trying to scare you, but I just know that I'm not the only somebody dealing with emotional heart disease. I'm not the only somebody who's walking around here in pain. I know I'm not. I'm not that special. I'm not the only somebody whose heart has been in trouble, who deals with an emotional flutter. 1 minute I'm okay, and then 3 minutes later I'm crying. I can't be the only one. And listen, don't get caught up in your titles and in your relationship with God putting you to a place where you never feel those things. You absolutely feel those things, which is why your relationship with God is more important than your title. Yeah. Your relationship with God is what's going to help you. Thank you, Yibby. It's what's going to help you become emotionally healthy. You've got to have help. Yeah. And y'all know what my job is. I'm a hope dealer. So I got on this morning so I could deal hope to some folks who might be in the same boat I'm in right now. We gonna roll together. Yeah, gently down the stream. That's exactly what we're gonna do. But we're gonna start by saying that healthy heart, it's my responsibility. My healing is my responsibility. It is not up to the person who hurt me. It is not up to people whose apologies I'm yet to receive and won't ever receive and ain't looking to receive. It is my job, my obligation, my priority to seek a healthy heart in me. Right? So let's get into a healthy heart. I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes 5 tips. Now, listen, if you need to check this out further, go do that, because there are a bunch of ways that you can physically make your body healthier. You can physically give your heart a chance. Have you ever said, man, just give me a break? Yeah, you can physically do that. There are a bunch of ways, but I'm just going to share with you 5, just this 5. Okay. It's not the only 5. It may not for you be the best 5. It might not be your top 5, but it's my top 5. So let's call it that. We'll call it my top 5. Okay. Let's get into tip number 1 for a healthy heart. They say that belly fat increases your risk of high blood pressure. So the Heart Association says for you to focus on the middle. All right. So emotions are always getting caught up when you're in the middle of people's drama. When you find yourself in the middle of people's problems, you will emotionally always start to build fat because you are caught in the middle of other people's stuff. And listen, you don't have to be shalom. You don't have to be in the middle of other people's drama, problems, trials, tribulations, trifling acts. You don't have negativity. Listen, you name it. You don't have to stand in the middle of that. So tip number 1, that I'm sharing today is focus on the middle. The middle is you. Focus on where you stand in this situation. You know what? Something happened about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it bothered me, right? And I said out loud, because I talk to myself. Yeah, we chit chats because we need to know we on the same page. So we chit chats. So I told myself, I said, self, listen. What I ought to do is make a phone call, and what I ought to do is, because the way they treat that girl is not right, and what they should do, and they should da-da-da-da-da. And then I stopped, and I said, wait a minute. Y'all, this is going to be a whole nother episode. I have options. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What is I'm jumping down in the middle of stuff, swinging extra hard in situations that don't involve me? So my blood pressure can be high, so I can be upset the rest of the day. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't about to make nary a phone call. I'm not about to do none of that. I'm going to focus on the middle. Yeah, I didn't have to be in the middle. And though I was hearing the story from 2 sides, and this person's feelings was hurt, and this person's feelings was hurt, and yada, 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 I still did not have to be in the middle of it. I can hear you. and still not have to be in the middle of it. And we just throw these capes on and we go running into these burning buildings trying to save people who don't want to be saved, who sitting in smoke, smoking, and they are absolutely content and they don't want your help, baby. Yeah. But here I go. I done tied my cape on, right? I done tied my cape on and it's just bouncing in the wind. Baby, wasn't no sirens for me. Let me tell you what I got out of that. That I don't have to be in the middle, because when my blood pressure is high, then I become emotionally unstable. So I wrote myself a part 2 to focus on the middle. Part 2 to that is trim the fat. Listen, y'all don't play with me because I got a tire sitting around my gut right about now. I call it my pandemic pork chop. Don't play with me. And I understand already that I need to trim the fat. Well, I don't need to just trim it on the outside. I need to trim it on the inside. Yeah, so that's part 2. Yeah, focus on the middle and trim the fat. Okay, let me get on to this next one. Y'all don't hear me. I took my cape off. I came out of the phone booth. I took my cape off, baby, and I set my behind down somewhere. I turned straight into Celie from The Color Purple. Because, baby, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, number 2. I just thought I'd share it with y'all. Y'all, it's my top 5. It may not be your top 5. And maybe you are absolutely comfortable running interference and doing all of that extra stuff. But I'm not. I'm not. Now, if I love you, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be there for you. But I have to know my place. Because did you know that some people just need you to listen? They just need you to hear their heart. Everybody is not asking you to kick doors in and show out and do all that extra foolery. For why? For what? You make their situation worse. That's not what they're asking you for. Some people just need you to love them enough to hear their heart. See how I threw that in? Yeah. Yeah. Hear their heart. Okay. Good morning, birthday girl. All right. Let me get to number 2. I'm passing out my 5 because I don't want no smoke, y'all. Don't get my comments coming for me. Okay. These are my 5. You get your 5. It's my cornbread. Okay, let me stop playing. Okay, number 2, watch the table. If you want your heart to be healthy, you want to be emotionally healthy, you need to watch the table. What am I talking about? Calories matter. Listen, when we play dominoes, I don't know if it's any domino players out there. Y'all see how I started rubbing my hand? Just y'all pray for me. My mind is bad. Anyway, because I act like that when I play dominoes. Bring your tail. We're about to get in it. Yeah. When we play dominoes, we often say, all money ain't good money. Sometimes you need to pass up money to make things play the way you want them to play. So you have control over the what? Table. All calories are not good calories. You don't need to take in everything that people are serving. Absolutely not. Yeah, you need to look at it. Yeah, it might sound good. It might even look good on the table. But it can have a terrible effect on your heart. So you need to watch what's on the table, okay? You don't have to take in what they serve. You don't have to sit at negative tables. You don't have to sit in the midst of drama. You don't have to pull up a chair to foolishness. Do yourself a favor and just stop going, even if they came for you. I know that's a hard one right there. I'm learning. You don't have to go. You don't have to go. And listen, some folks make reservations for drama. Oh, yeah, they live for the drama. They live for hurting people. They live for mistreating people. They live for stunts and games. But you don't have to be some people. And you know what else? Neither do I. Neither do I. I need to watch. I'm talking to Delon Patrice, not Dr. D, Delon. I need to, Dee Dee needs to watch the table. Any spades players out there? You know what it means to renege. It means that something went around the table and you played funny. Then it came around the table again and you played different. And folks say, no. You need to watch the board. You need to watch the table. Yeah, I need to pay attention to the table so that when it come around again, I know how to play it. And trust me, baby, it's coming again. Oh, yeah, the enemy loves to see us mess up at the table. Oh, he lived for it. He lived for it. He lived to see, listen, Mary J, no more drama. Don't get me. He lives to see us messing up and our heart being disturbed. Hey, Kevin, our heart being disturbed, because that's not what God wants for us. Because out of the heart flows your issues. It flows your issues. And so you share outside what's on the inside of you. And so the enemy loves for you to mess up at the table. But listen, watch the table. Okay? You do not have to take it in. It does not have to be your story. All right, I'm getting out of here, y'all. I'm only on number 3, but I promise I'm going to get out of here. Okay? Number 3 gave me great joy. I read this on Healthline when I was studying about things that give you a healthy heart, ways to improve the heart. And one of the things, and this is their phrase, not mine, said, sidestep the salt. Let me tell you something. I almost jumped out of my seat when I read that. I said, sidestep the salt. Now, y'all already know I wasn't even on what they was on. I had left the room when they said that. I said, hold up. Sidestep the salt? Okay. So I wrote myself a little, right? And then I got my paper because I said, well, hold up. Sidestep the salt. Okay. Listen. You don't have to be bitter. I said, okay, God. You got me. You don't have to be bitter. See, when we think about salt, we think about shady people and them being salty. But let me tell you how the whole check happened right here at this desk. You don't have to be salty. You don't have to be the bitter one. You don't have to be bitter. You can be better. Good health starts with you. Yeah, this is how I got checked. He said good emotional health comes from within. So it doesn't matter what's on the table. You don't have to be salty. See, we too busy. We covered it, y'all. We just covered the table. But we spend too much time over there and not enough time over here. Right? I already peeped your game. I know how you do things. That's why I don't fool with you like that. That's fine. But what is my contribution to what's on the table? What am I putting on the table that I can take off of the table to make me healthier? I can sidestep the salt. Yeah, what else does that mean? Listen, sometimes God is doing great things for us, and we are so diseased. Y'all forgive me. We are so diseased in our heart that when God begins to bless us, even at tables that are shady, because he will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Yes, he will. But when God begins to bless us, when we are sitting, when we have shadiness has come to our table, okay? We are in the midst of shadiness, and God begins to bless us. We are so diseased and so accustomed to being mistreated that we miss what God is doing. How do we do that? What does that have to do with salt? Let me tell you. What happens is God serves up something on that table that's just for you, and you throw salt on it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Couldn't be me. Yeah, so what is God saying? Stop throwing salt on everything that's served. Because some of it might make you better. Yeah, some of it. You've got to learn, as Superintendent Kennedy would say, to eat the meat and throw the bones away. Yeah, but check your contribution. Are you the salty one? Yeah, I know that's a rough one. He got me. Because I was salty a couple, 2, 3, 4 days. And I was. He said, but listen, sidestep the salt. You don't need to sprinkle that. You don't need to do that, because all you're doing is making what's on the table even worse for you, because you're still taking it in. You're still taking it in. You're still pulling these awful, terrible, heart damaging calories in, but you're the one adding to them, and you cannot be healthy if you're salty. We're not talking about the salt of the earth. We're not talking about that kind of salt. Y'all already know. Stay with me. All right. So he said to me, sidestep the salt. He said, listen, Delon, stop throwing salt on everything that is served. All right, y'all. Number 4. I'm getting there. Movement. Movement can raise your heartbeat and keep it healthy. What are we talking about? Somebody put in the chat, move it, move it. If you still listening, put in the chat, move it, move it. Let me tell you, you can move from these tables. You can move from a diseased heart to a healthy heart, but you've got to move it, move it. You've got to get up and do something for you. You've got to, if you want to be healthy, if you want to stop this fluttering. Thank you, Sonia. If you want to stop this fluttering, if you want to stop this heart failure, if you want to get a handle on this pain, if you want to get a handle on this emotional baggage and trauma that you are yet dealing with, you've got to move it, move it. What am I talking about? Get up and do something. Go to church. Get your Bible. Mother said, walk it out. Hey, Mother Barnes, walk it out. Listen, go to the gym. Exercise your heart. Love when you don't feel like loving. Forgive when you don't feel like forgiving. Oh, y'all thought I wasn't going there? You're absolutely right, because that's heart disease when you don't forgive. Yeah, I know it. I need all my chambers to be working. That's heart disease when you don't forgive. Yeah, so you've got to exercise your heart by moving it into places that is uncomfortable. Move it to places where you have to turn the other cheek. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Our pastor taught last night, offenses will happen, but you got to move it, move it. You got to make up your mind that I'm not going to stay in this place. I got to move from here. So I need my heart. I got to move toward the scriptures. I got to move toward prayer. I got to move toward God. I've got to move it, move it. And let me tell you something. Get up and go to the gym. Exercise your body and you'll find your heart gets better. Even emotionally. It can even make your heart better emotionally. It's a thing about hormones. Right. Yeah. Okay. But listen. Go to the gym, go to church, go outside, go to prayer. Don't just sit in your pain. Don't just sit in sadness. Don't wallow in it. Move, get help, go to therapy. Get somebody to talk to. Deal with your heart disease. Deal with it. Get some counseling. Read a book. Listen to a podcast, something, but you've got to move it, move it. You cannot stay at those tables. Because let me tell you what happens when you stay in places that are nothing but corrupt and drama and negativity and disease. Your seat goes from a seat in the presence of your enemies to the electric chair. You become strapped down and stuck in that place, and you cannot do that. That's not God's plan. That's not his plan. The Bible says, that you're walking through the valley. That means you got to move it, move it. Don't get stuck at the table. You got to move it, move it. Okay? You can shift the table. You can change the atmosphere. But the only way you can do either one of those is you got to move it, move it. You can't be like everybody at the table. Yeah. How else do you do that? Start dancing. What am I talking about? Even when your heart hurts, do an emotional dance. Grab the smallest victory you can find and celebrate it. I don't care how small it is. Hold on tight to the small victories. I got up today. Now, you might be feeling like that's small, and I understand that, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Remember, go all the way back to no flow, no go. Baby, if you still going, you still flowing. You understand? Don't be afraid to dance. Deal with your heart disease. Don't let it just be February, but do it all year long. Let me give you number 5, and I'm getting out of here. Let me give you the tip. This the one right here, y'all. The one right here. Listen, if you're feeling poorly in your body, see your doctor. If you're feeling sickly in your heart, see the doctor. See your primary and see the primary. Yeah, what am I talking about? You want a tip? I don't know where you thought this was going, but listen, if you need help, and you do, if you're ready to accept the fact that you need help, and you should, If you know that everything is not everything because it ain't, seek God. Seek the Lord. He is the physician. He is the great physician. He is your primary caregiver. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, you need a scripture? Absolutely. Don't worry about it. Psalm 147:3 says, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up the wounds. God, some of us needs him to heal us. Heal us. Bind up this wound so I can stop bleeding on people that didn't hurt me. So I can stop bleeding on my hopes and dreams. I can stop bleeding on my situation. I can stop bleeding on my victory. Okay, you need one more. You need one more. Proverbs 17:22 says, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Yeah. I hope you have enjoyed today. I certainly have. I feel like God has checked me 5 ways from Sunday, and I'm here for it because I want to be better. I want to be better. Yeah, that's what I want. And I want it for you. I want it for me. Y'all share this video. Help somebody that's going through. Help them get better. If nothing else, hopefully this video will encourage them to do a self-examination and just let God in so he can work on the places that people can't see when you clapping, that people can't see when you're smiling. Let God work on it. Let him work on it. Yeah. And shout out to Sugar Ray Destin Jr., y'all, for my intro video. It's pretty dope. Yeah, y'all can catch him on Facebook. Business of Books Mastermind. Check him out. I still have books available at She Victory. If you're looking to improve the condition of your heart, hit me up. God was so kind enough to share some stuff with me, and I was happy to share them with you. I hope you did eat good today. God bless you all. I love you. Have an amazing weekend. And remember, heart matters, matter. Holla at your girl. Bye.